I said the
This is
king.
me.
I said the king. Dave said Charles. Because yesterday...
You say king, I say Charles.
And
King.
Charles.
King.
Charles. He's recently become king. You've heard about it.
It was this week, yeah.
It was this week. He's become king. And he's having trouble already. Some say he may not have the personality.
Well,
Or the temperament.
The temperament, if you will.
nobody wanted to say it. Say your thing, but we got to get one thing straight when you're done.
Here's what happened. He was signing some papers, which he'll do a lot as king.
Does he have to, basically, is he taking over the ownership of all these castles? Because he's visiting...
This was in Scotland.
He's visiting Scotland. He's visiting Northern Ireland. Eventually, obviously, England. And Wales.
Right.
And I guess he has to take possession of all Mummy's things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. By the way, I've got a great inside story about the death of the Queen.
Okay.
It's not been broadcast anywhere except for NBC, where I saw it.
Okay. Well, as long as it's just the two of you.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that's it. But anyway,
She won't wake up. I mean, what else is there really at 96? What?
no, let me tell this. Well, first, let's hear the king. All right.
Yeah.
King Charles.
She's taking a long nap.
Mummy,
Should we check on her?
Mummy.
Charles was signing some documents, and Camilla was standing nearby, and so were his handlers, of course. And first of all, he said, "Is today the 12th of September?" And they said, "No, it's the 13th."
13th Majesty.
Oh, God. I've dated this the
I've
wrong...
been signing 12 all day.
12th. This is the 12th. And then, and this is all going viral now, whatever pen he was using breaks, so the ink comes out of it. Oh, my God. Bloody hell. This pen. And then...
Throws it at Camilla.
Right. Camilla comes over and is like, it's all over everything. The ink everywhere.
Thank God I'm wearing black.
And he just says, well, give me this bloody pen. Oh, God, and he just stomps off. We have the audio of it. It's a little hard to hear.
Yeah.
You know, he's in a castle signing.
I just had to put, is it September the 12th?
13th, sir.
Oh, God, it brought it in.
Oh, God. It's the 13th. It's not the 12th. I've been signing these wrong all day. And then Camilla comes in, you know.
13.
Yes, sir.
You signed 12 earlier.
You signed the 12th earlier.
Yes, I know.
Thank you. Thank you, Pookie.
Yes. You're signing the 12th. You've been signing the 13th.
I signed 10. Oh, God, I hate this.
I hate this pen. Why do they do it?
So nobody got you.
This bloody pin. And then he stomps off.
I shan't sign another thing with this pen.
He's gone.
I guess he's not using a Bic.
No, a Bic will not
Got
leak.
one of those fountain pens.
It's
where
not
the
a
ink-
buy rack.
It won't leak like that. But a good old Bic pen, it won't
But he
leak.
can't do that. They want him to sign with the pen that they set out so that he can set it back down. And then they put it, the pen goes somewhere. It goes
Behind
to
glass.
to a castle or
yes.
a museum.
And I'm sure it's an old school fountain pen with ink in it that can leak out.
That's correct, yes. And, you know, also they're saying he has sausage fingers.
Yes.
That's been reported widely since he's been shaking hands so much. People are saying, what is the king of sausage fingers? He does.
And he knows it.
He does. He has thick red fingers. And people really noticed it when he got out there this week. They're swollen and they're red. And a doctor was consulted by the New York Post. And the doctor, the expert, says, well, there are a lot of things that can cause bloated fingers. Arthritis, fluids in the limbs, edema are the things that can cause
What is
it.
edema?
Coughing. Wildly coughing.
It's like retaining fluid.
Flatulence.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, why do they do it to me? What's
Uncontrollable spasms.
going on?
Uncontrollable drooling.
Eventually just beaten down to...
Biggie had it right. It's fluids retain. Edema.
He's going to get the gout.
He might.
Too many rich foods.
He might. That's what the doctor said. Too many rich foods in the diet.
But he's not a heavy man, is he?
Not at
You
all.
don't have to be
No.
heavy.
No, not at all. But if he's eating too many rich foods, he can get edema. And the doctor says, nothing really to worry about, but just keep an eye on sausage fingers is what they call it, which is unbecoming of the king.
It is.
He calls him that, too. He's made fun of
My
himself.
sausage fingers.
If you're a breakfast shop In England, do you sell sausage fingers? Do you put them on the breakfast menu?
The king's fingers.
The king's fingers.
Yes. What a great idea.
Pancakes and king fingers.
You can name the whole store that.
Marketing. That's what I would, pancakes and king fingers. That is such a great idea.
Yeah.
You do that. You put it up in London or somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Sure, right down
What
there.
do they call them?
Piccadilly.
They call them bangers, right?
Bangers,
They call it
yeah.
sausage.
So Jenna Bush Hager was in London to interview Camilla before the Queen died. This is the story they were telling yesterday. My wife was alerting me.
I
to
didn't
this.
know that she had interviewed her.
Well, she was on the scene,
I remember that.
and she works for the Today Show.
On the day of.
And people were like, wow, she got there fast. She was already there. She was going to interview Camilla. And the Queen died on Thursday. On Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon, she was supposed to interview Camilla, and Camilla had to cancel because of something that came up, not related to the Queen. So Charles, the people who handle Charles, called Jenna Bush Hager and said, Camilla has to cancel. Would you like to have dinner with Prince Charles? And Jenna Bush Hager said, of course.
You say yes to that.
Yeah, of course. So they go and they have dinner, and this is Wednesday night. Now, the Queen died 15 hours later. Not a mention made of it. No problems with her health. She asked, how's Queen Elizabeth? And Prince Charles said, doing well. Thanks for asking.
And that was in Scotland.
Yes, they were because the interview was going to be at Balmoral.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in Scotland. So they had the dinner and all of that, and everything was fine. The next day, they've rescheduled the interview with Camilla for like 2:00, and around noon or 12:30, they're setting up at Balmoral, and they come out and they say, "We need you to be absolutely silent right now. There's something happening with the Queen, and Prince Charles is on a very important call behind these walls." Mm-hmm. And as soon as the call was over, he raced out. Now he's on the premises of Balmoral.
The actual prince.
Yes, the prince himself, and they race him to a helicopter and fly him 4 minutes from one end of Balmoral to the other. And he got there in time. He and one other person were the only two there. I think it was
His sister.
Anne.
Mm-hmm.
She got there too. Nobody else got there in time. But so Jenna Bush Hager said whatever it was so quick. I mean, he was on the premises and barely got there. So they called him and said, something's happening with your mother. You need to come right now. So it was very, very fast. It wasn't like it was a lead up or anything. And the night before, nobody knew a thing that was happening.
So the Queen, when she passed, she was not alone. There were other people in the room.
Yes, Prince Charles at the time, now King Charles, and Anne, and probably some others, but no other family members.
Yeah, I think the rest of the kids, when they're speeding in on that Range Rover, I think she had already passed at that point.
That's what they said. And the thing was that it was so fast. It wasn't like for 3 or 4 days even there was a lead up. It was, what do you think, heart attack? I mean, what happens where it's that
stroke or heart
something
attack?
like that? Yeah, that's terrible.
Combined with age. I mean,
Well,
she,
sure.
she worked up to almost the last day.
Yeah, exactly.
Just looking out the window, signing papers, having tea.
As you do.
Queenie.
He doesn't. No, we're Queenies. She works really, really hard. There's a box full of things.
Every day.
Every
Just
day.
to shuffle those papers.
That's right.
It falls to King Charles now.
Yeah, and I'll say the
And his
thing.
little sausage fingers.
How's he going to shuffle those papers, Dave?
Well, Camilla will have to help. She can use her hooves. But the thing about Charles is that he's when you hear that, that's the king you've got. I mean, he's you're not going to get that in public, but he's a spoiled brat.
Yes, you've said that for many years.
He's always been a spoiled brat. He bullied his nannies, I think, when he was a kid. His mom really didn't raise him. I mean, she was a great person, but she left the kids to the nannies.
Yes.
And she loved her kids, and he loved his mommy.
As his custom.
But he was raised by nannies, and he bossed them around. And I think he's a spoiled brat, and he always has been.
Now, this will be right up your alley. This is about parenting as well. There's a video going viral, but it actually happened like 4 years ago. This kid who's a kindergartner, the mom is a working mom, single mom, and she was sending a sandwich to school on the first day of kindergarten. And she realized she always made him peanut butter and jellies at home because he liked PB&J, but she realized can't do it because
Can't send peanut butter to school.
you've got the peanut allergies. Yeah. Right. So mom, at the last minute, instead of making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, makes a butter and jelly sandwich. Hunks of butter with jelly.
Now you can put that on toast. If the butter melts, that's
could.
not
That's
Yeah,
right.
toast
that's not
is-
unheard of.
This is hunks of butter.
Cold bread though.
Cold bread.
Cold
and she
butter.
sends it off first day of kindergarten. Then she meets him at the school bus when he gets home from school in the afternoon. And she says, "Oh, we did it. You've gone through your first day." And he says, "By the way, that sandwich was terrible."
Hey, we did it. Mommy? Yeah. Terrible sandwich, by the way.
Thanks for letting me know.
Really terrible.
Terrible sandwich.
Terrible sandwich, by the way.
So she posted that because now school's back in session. This was, again, 4 or 5 years ago. And so now Good Morning America sees it. It goes viral, and they do an interview with the mom who says, being a mom is so hard, but I'm so glad my story's getting out there now to help other moms when they have a mom fail. Don't make a butter and jelly sandwich.
And in our town, kindergarten is still half day. So I didn't realize that I had to pack a lunch because I thought the only benefit of half day is that he would eat lunch at home. And I'm a working mom. I was really busy and I was not prepared. I normally give him peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but he couldn't bring peanut butter to school for kids' allergies. So I had this idea, like, I'll give him a butter and jelly sandwich. How was the sandwich?
Terrible. Really terrible.
Yeah. It's so hard being a mom and you always want to portray like the best picture, but I love that I can share my mom fail with the world and hopefully maybe it makes other moms feel a little better.
Hashtag.
I've never heard something so ridiculous
Me
in my
either.
life.
That's
A mom fail?
paltry and
Come on.
pathetic.
Mom fail.
How about human fail?
Yeah,
Who puts
butter and jelly on a sandwich,
butter?
and suddenly I'm a busy mom.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope this inspires others to do what? To show
not-
that everybody's busy.
Not put hunks of butter on a
Well,
sandwich.
I'm trying to think now because when we were kids, peanut allergies did not exist.
No.
Everybody ate peanut butter and jelly at our
Yes.
school.
Right.
But occasionally, I don't know if mom would have not gone to the grocery store. If we didn't have peanut butter and jelly, her backup was, what was your backup sandwich? Ours was bologna and cheese.
Well, yeah, we do that. Or
Yeah.
sometimes we'd have like ham and mayonnaise and ham and cheese. She would
Or
do
just
that.
cheese.
Yeah, just cheese.
Yeah, sometimes just cheese, but we had a lot of bologna.
If I was that mom, and that's a mom fail. All right.
Hashtag
mom fail. I would have just done a jelly sandwich.
Exactly.
You don't have to put hunks
It doesn't
of
have to
butter.
be and something.
Butter.
And you're talking to a guy who ate butter on his Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
but warmed butter is a whole different ballgame.
Totally different. Yeah.
And nobody puts a pat of butter on popcorn.
I
No. Bad.
I think I'm with Biggie on this, and that's just
Yeah.
dumb. I mean, that's not a mom fail. It's just dumb.
Yeah, this should just be a funny viral video. And now it's like she's trying to be a hero for working moms.
Yeah.
Who make sandwiches, and I just don't think that's
Yeah.
Michael Strahan interviewed her.
good.
We made a sandwich with butter and jelly.
Did the whole team make a sandwich
I was
and
going to
try
say,
it?
did they recreate it?
Yeah.
I'm sure they all did.
And they all said it was terrible. And the kid, now is 9 years old. He was 5 then. Said, "Yeah, I remember the sandwich. It was a terrible sandwich."
That's hashtag dumb mom.
That is not the worst sandwich in this segment. All right, here's the worst sandwich in this segment from East Lansing, Michigan. A student at Michigan State University went to Subway, the restaurant, last week, and she says that she had a bit of an altercation with the employee.
Sandwich artist?
Yeah, the sandwich artist.
Put some respect on that name.
Their classes?
Now, she didn't, the student who got the sandwich didn't say what kind. She said, I had a weird interaction with the sandwich artist. And then the student got her sandwich, went into the parking lot, had a bite, wrapped it back up, went home, had the rest of it. She says that the sandwich artist smeared feces on the wrapper of the sandwich and then wrapped it up. And this is her telling her story. Now, she says, I've got no satisfaction from Subway. She wants some action to be taken against this employee. And this is her story she told on TikTok.
I went to Subway. I ordered a sub. Kind of weird interaction. Go into the parking lot to eat it, and I noticed that I'm like, oh, the parking lot just smells like sewage. I'm like, okay, so I had a bite, and I took it home to eat it there. I go and take a bite, look in the papers in between the two wrappers on the sandwich. There's feces. We're not sure if it's dog or if it's human.
And she wants...
I
don't mean
sound again.
I don't mean to take a dump all over this segment, but this lady's full of it. Sandwich mom is full of it.
Wait a minute. Subway they say, we've looked into this. There's video of the sandwich being made. And they say what the college student doesn't know is just before she got in there, the sandwich artist had hastily had a chocolate chip cookie and it was melted chocolate on her hands that got onto the wrapper when she made it. Now, she didn't wash her hands.
And we've all smelled chocolate.
And we've all...
Delightful.
Right.
We've all smelled poo. Not as delightful.
Not as good, right. So
vastly different
yeah.
smells.
So is she telling the truth?
No,
or is
I think she saw. I believe there was something on the wrapper. I mean, obviously Subway's come out with that. I think she took the opportunity to make a story out of nothing.
Yeah.
That she decided, well, I might go viral if I say this was poop, and then I had an interaction with the Subway worker.
Well, of course, this would be a criminal act if this is proven to be true. She has taken the paper to the lab to be analyzed, but they haven't done it yet. She's taken it.
It's a good Chem 101 test, or, like a bio. Take it to the medical school.
My test would just be, let's see what it is, if it's
the smell test.
If it's, but, if it smells like feces. But they did say that they've got it on video where she was cramming a chocolate chip cookie into her mouth.
You ever wear gloves?
Sandwich artists wear gloves, yes.
And they should be wearing gloves. I wonder if she even had the gloves on when she was eating the cookie and thought, oh, God, there is somebody. I got to make a sandwich.
I believe the cookie part. I don't think that I think she made up the human feces or dog feces part.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Subway has a lot of toppings, but last time I checked, that was not one of them.
Well,
no, I hate to even do this. I don't, it's never, it gives me no joy to kick a company when they're down. If it's proven that that this sandwich artist did serve a poop sandwich to this Michigan State student, still not the worst thing that they've done.
It's a fact. Okay.
Still.
It's a fact.
Not the worst.
That's a fact.